What is up, Undroppables Nation? I am your host, Josh Lee. The stream is looking really, really laggy on my end. I don't know how it looks on your guys' end, but it's not looking too great. Need to get a new computer to do this stuff. So bear with me today if we experience any technical difficulties. But I'm going to be talking through some training camp hype and how we can take advantage of knowing the information coming out of training camp and using that for our advantage within our best ball drafts. So without further ado, we will jump into another Best Ball Mania draft. This will be our, I want to say 34th team. My computer's being really, really laggy. Oh man, this is not good. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's looking a little bit better, but it's still not looking good. I'm definitely going to need to get a new computer. Nick is probably going to get mad at me. Nick. He's going to get mad at me for not having good enough stream quality and posting on the YouTube and Twitter. But hey, these are lessons for next time. We're going to start this stream, so we're just going to keep going with it. Need to bring you guys the content that you all deserve, the content that you guys were promised. Okay, let's see how this goes. I think I may have figured out what was going on with our Spike Week extension. Actually, Nick was the one who referred it over to me. Checked it out. It looks really, really useful. Can give us a pretty serious edge in our underdog drafts. So, wow, it looks so laggy on my side. I really hope that you guys are seeing like a little bit better quality stream. If there's any way that you guys could indicate that it is better on your guys' end, please drop a comment or something, because it just looks so bad on my end. But we'll just keep going. So training camp hype. There is a lot of market inefficiency right now because ADP is one of those things that moves very slowly. And because ADP moves very slowly, we're able to take advantage of the news coming out of training camp, such as receivers getting snaps over other receivers, running backs playing with the ones before other running backs. So we want to take advantage of that information and utilize it in our drafts. So we're going to I'll share my screen with you guys. Share screen. Come on, baby. Please work for me. This is looking so bad on my end. I'm going to need to have a few more drinks just because this just looks so bad. Okay. Come on. This is kind of motivating me to just buy a new computer like tomorrow, ASAP. Come on. Did that work? Not the rotating wheel. Oh my God. Lost another viewer because of it. No, I'm kidding. Okay, we'll enter into a draft. Hopefully it's not as laggy on your guys' end, but I highly doubt that it's not laggy on your guys' end because it just looks so bad on my end. I'll stop bitching about it though. We'll just keep going. I know that this is one of the big things which we need to do. Let me grab a notebook. Okay, the number one thing on the to-do list: get a new freaking laptop. Get a new freaking laptop. I wonder if it even shows. Oh yeah, I'm back there on your guys' screen. Enter Best Ball Mania draft. Come on, please work for me. Oh my God, it's probably just gonna be like so laggy in the actual draft too. I'm gonna pull up the draft on my phone. Oh my God, my phone's about to die too. Oh, this. Oh my God, this is not going well. Let's see. All right, I'm back with y'all. We're waiting on an entire room to fill. Oh my god. I am back here with y'all though. I'm honestly very disappointed in the stream quality. I'm disappointed with my Mac. I'm disappointed with a lot of things. One thing I'm not disappointed about is the fact that fantasy football drafters don't react quick enough. They think that, some news came out about certain players. Okay, I'm just going to act like nothing has changed and draft the same way I was drafting before that news came out. So because of that inefficiency, we want to take advantage. So, for example, obviously, first round, like these guys are mostly going to remain the same. I don't expect any too drastic changes here. Oh, please, come on. Why is this so slow? Oh. Okay, because the draft hasn't started yet. Okay. Joe Mixon is one of the players which has gotten a decent amount of buzz. Joe Mixon is getting a ton of receiving work in training camp right now. That is different from how he was utilized in years past. He has seen some receiving work, but he's never been featured in the receiving game such to the point where plays or scheme for him to basically drive up the amount of value that he's able to garner from the running back position. So he's a guy which we're going to want to be targeting a little bit more at the back end of the first round, maybe early second. That'll be a target there. Dalvin Cook is another guy. I mean, we know how good Dalvin Cook is. Dalvin Cook is being split out wide. Kevin O'Connell from the Rams just came over. He took over the Vikings. That offense is going to be super pass happy, super high flying, high powered, fast paced, up tempo offense, which we want to be getting pieces of. I think Justin Jefferson is this year's wide receiver 1. Justin Jefferson is the dynasty wide receiver 1. Justin Jefferson is the guy that you want on your teams this year. If you want to win your league, you want Justin Jefferson on your team. Maybe in week 17, he might not see the amount of work which we're hoping to see just because he's playing against Green Bay. He's going to be seeing coverage from Alexander McKenzie. It's going to be cold. It's in Green Bay. So maybe that's not the most ideal situation which we're looking for, but he's going to carry your squad throughout the rest of the year. Maybe we can get some back-end pieces to fill in the other spots. But Justin Jefferson, try to get him as much as possible of Justin Jefferson this year. He looks amazing in camp. Kirk Cousins looks sharp in camp. They are just rocking and rolling with Kevin O'Connell's offense. All those guys are real smart dudes. I'm big on that offense this year. Okay. It's filled. Draft starts in 53 seconds. Let's refresh it. We are in the 10 spot. That's kind of beautiful. Let's refresh this. See, this is like so slow. Come on, refresh. I have the draft open on my phone just in case, like, Jesus Christ, this is going to make my brain explode. Holy shit. All right, I'm cracking open another Corona. Okay. So, Jesus Christ. Okay. Christian McCaffrey 101. That has been a hot new topic. That is crazy. Christian McCaffrey 101. I mean, like, we love the man. Like, Christian McCaffrey is going to be a beast this year. So, yeah, I don't hate it. But can we please load our freaking draft? Oh, my God. I can't believe I still have 3 viewers on the stream. Like, that's incredible to me. The fact that the screen is able to look this laggy, I'm able to look this laggy, and we still have viewers. Love you guys. I love you guys for staying with me, even through all this lag. Kind of tells me how valuable the information is. So we'll just continue on. We'll keep telling you guys what you guys want to hear. Okay, Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, all well and good. One note on Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's going to be a beast this year. My model loves Cooper Kupp. He's actually my top player But a ton of buzz coming out from the Rams training camp right now. Allen Robinson is just beasting over there. Like that dude is going to be an absolute animal this year. Everything is going to come back to Allen Robinson, where he's just going to be exploding on the field. His ceiling might be slightly capped because Cooper Kupp is there, but we've seen quarterbacks sustain two wide receiver ones in a season before. I think the last one was 2018. Ben Roethlisberger supported Juju and Antonio Brown both as wide receiver ones. I can see that happening for sure this year with the Rams, just because how high powered that offense is. It's crazy. Jamar Chase is slipping. Okay, he got taken. I'm sorry, you guys. It just looks so bad on my screen. It's still like trying to refresh because I hit the refresh button just because that's the only way that I can get the Spike Week app loaded again. All right, we took Devonte Adams in the 10 spot. I'm sorry, it's so laggy on the screen. I'm trying to refresh the draft because that's how we can activate our Spike Week extension, but it's just really freaking slow. Okay, so kind of talking a little bit of draft strategy. Well, let me back up a little bit. We took Devonte Adams out of the 10. I've been drafting a ton of Devonte Adams. My model loves Devonte Adams. He goes to the Raiders. This should be a super pass-happy offense. Josh McDaniels just went there. This is the best offense Josh McDaniels has coached as a head coach. Before, he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. He was coaching Tim Tebow, which we know how Tim Tebow is as a quarterback. So I think the offense is going to be a lot more Josh McDaniels style, where he has the weapons, he has the quarterback, everything he needs to run his offense the way that he wants it to run. And Derek Carr is going to be the leader of that offense that's able to make the engine hum. And Devonte Adams is Derek Carr's number one receiver from college. I expect that to continue straight into the NFL. And Derek Carr is going to, holy shit, Tyreek Hill at 112. Okay, that's a hot take. But yeah, Devonte Adams will just see a ton of targets from Derek Carr. I don't think I need to harp on that any longer. Devonte Adams is the best. Okay, whoever's drafting the 12th spot, like this guy's just going after his guys, I guess. He just drafted Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown out of the 12th spot. We're going to get either Najee Harris or Joe Mixon to fall to us. So we're going to take one of those guys. I'm hoping for Najee. That'd be huge. But we talked a ton about Joe Mixon just now. And Joe Mixon is going to be seeing a lot of that receiving work. So would love to get Joe Mixon there as well. It looks like this guy is going to auto draft Najee Harris, which is going to let Joe Mixon. Oh, he took Joe Mixon. Okay, Najee Harris falls to us. So we get Najee Harris at 2-3. That is huge. We're starting off our draft. Najee Harris, Devonte Adams. That is exactly how we want to be starting our draft. Why is this taking so long to load? Oh my goodness. This is the most frustrating thing which I've ever had to experience. This is honestly like more frustrating than, have you guys ever played like FIFA Ultimate Team online or like 2K online or Madden online? Whenever that should be like super laggy and like you can't even see what's happening on the screen. That's exactly how this feels right now. I have no idea what's going on. I can't see what's going on in the stream. I can't see what's going on in my draft on my computer. So I have to do it on my phone. My phone's plugged in. This is a shit show right now. But these are some lessons learned. I need to upgrade basically all of my equipment. Need to upgrade my laptop. Need to upgrade my internet connection. Actually, I'm in an Airbnb right now, so that's going to resolve itself whenever I go somewhere else. But this is just a whole bunch of bullshit. We'll figure it out for you guys. I apologize for the inconvenience today, but that'll only improve our experience tomorrow. So cheers, y'all. One guy which I have been talking about a ton. Mike Evans is slipping in this draft. Julio Jones. What I tell you guys, Julio Jones was going to jump in drafts. You guys saw me take Julio Jones in almost every draft on here in the 16th round. I was telling you guys, Julio Jones, the second he gets signed, he's going to skyrocket. he's going to be on that rocket to the moon because he's not going to go somewhere where he can't win. He's going to go to a contender. This guy's getting up in age. He's what, like 32, 33 now? I think he's 33. He's going to go to a team that has a quarterback that can get him the ball. And who does he go to? The Buccaneers and Tom Brady. Oh, my God. Tom Brady threw the ball 720 times last year. He's going to throw the ball 800 times this year. Jesus Christ. Julio Jones, lock him in for 100 targets. What do you think he's going to do this year? He's going to vastly exceed that 16th round ADP that I was getting him at. What's his name? Blake Hampton said it best. He had a tweet this past week, said, you should have been doing all of your best ball drafts early in the offseason. I started my best ball drafts a month and a half ago. So that was when the time you should have been drafting to take advantage of all of these market inefficiencies. People just like do stupid takes out of nowhere and random shit happens. And even right now, like that's why we're still drafting all the way through training camp, because people will overreact to stuff. People will underreact to stuff. That's what we're trying to target. We're trying to target the players who get underreacted on, and we're avoiding the players, the landmines, who are being overreacted on. Kind of like a little bit of how people were treating Darwin Thompson a few years back. When Darwin Thompson, for some reason, I still cannot grasp how Darwin Thompson was going in the 4th round of redraft leagues like a few years ago. Same thing with Alex Collins. Alex Collins was going in the 3rd, 4th round of redraft leagues. What are we doing here, guys? We're avoiding these landmines. That's how you win your fantasy leagues. Don't take the landmines in the early rounds. Take the safe picks. Don't buy into the hype of players that aren't that good at football. Invest in the guys who have performed at an elite level year over year. Those are the guys that you want. So our draft is continuing to be stupid laggy. So I am going to have to continue to draft on my phone. And you guys are going to get like a little snippet as like my, this shit just won't freaking load correctly. Oh my God, please. This is so frustrating. I'm sorry, you guys. Just want to continue to apologize just because I see how it is on my screen. I can't imagine what it looks like on your guys' screen. Looks like Brad is in the room. Brad, how does the stream look on your screen? Does it look super laggy? Because it looks insanely laggy on my end. But hopefully it's not as bad as it looks on my end, because if it was as bad as it is on my end, it wouldn't even be viewable on your guys' end. So we're hoping that it's not too terrible. But okay, Alvin Kamara just got taken. We have 3 more picks until it's our turn. I was hoping Mike Pittman would have fallen to us. Hopefully Mike Williams falls to us. I don't think he will, though. Oh, Josh Allen got taken? Oh, yeah, 3-6. Michael Pittman. Hopefully either Mike Williams or Kyle Pitts falls to us. That would be pretty big. Mike Williams just got taken. Hopefully Nar does not take Kyle Pitts, because then we will take Kyle Pitts. But let's see what happens. We're still trying to reload this draft room. Let Kyle Pitts slip to us, please, please, please. Damn, Nar. Okay, Nar took Kyle Pitts. We're going to have to make a decision here. We're getting into a little bit of a hairy situation over here. Shoot. This is tough. This is real tough, y'all. I don't know who to take here. I'll just continue to keep drafting my guy. I'm going to keep drafting Jaylen Waddle at the end of the 3rd round. Jaylen Waddle broke so many records last year. He's kind of the guy that I've seen myself continue to take in this range of players. We see Tua making the throws, which he needs to make. Obviously, Tyreek Hill is going to be the one there. Tyreek Hill is going to see a ton of the deep targets. Tyreek Hill is going to be sprinting down the field. And what's that going to do? That's going to open up a ton of the underneath routes. That's what Jaylen Waddle thrives at. I expect Jaylen Waddle to see a bump in touchdowns and see the similar amount of targets that he did last year. I think the Dolphins are going to take that step into the next echelon of teams. He's going to be a guy that I'm going to continue to bet on. He broke the record for the amount of receptions that a rookie ever scored. So we're going to be taking as much Jaylen Waddle as possible. I'm hoping Terry McLaurin falls back to us. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm hoping Terry McLaurin falls to us. It's looking easy aces. I hope you pass on Terry. That would be kind of nice. Oh, yeah, another thing. Hollywood Brown's still going in the 3rd round. Hollywood Brown showed up at training camp on the pup. That's not something we really want to be seeing. He's already seeing those hamstring injuries. If you guys watch The Unending Rebuild, Will Keyes, who's one of my partners in crime, he is very wary of players that end up with these constant soft tissue injuries. And I'm right there with him on that. The soft tissue injuries are nagging. They kind of never seem to go away. And Hollywood Brown has had this sort of problem throughout his career. Let's see who wet like Booker. Wet like I'm booked. He took Terry. Okay, since Travis Etienne has fallen to us, I think we're forced to take him here. Yeah, I'll take Etienne. Okay, so our team so far, we're pretty balanced. We have Najee, Travis Etienne, Devonte Adams, Jaylen Waddle. I don't love the start, but this is not like the beginning rounds. All we're trying to do is not lose our league. And I like the players that I have. I have Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Devonte Adams, Jaylen Waddle. All players who I expect to perform at a pretty high level this season. Zeke is another guy which I've been pretty high on. But because we didn't get Zeke, we're going to be focusing on Tony Pollard in the 8th round. Tony Pollard has been seeing a lot of work in the Cowboys training camp out of the slot. Tony Pollard is a dynamic athlete, was an insane athlete back at Memphis. Memphis, by the way, that university just churns out just great running backs. I mean, we saw Darrell Henderson come from there, Antonio Gibson, Kenneth Gainwell, Tony Pollard, all NFL running backs who have shown extreme dynamism in the NFL. So I am excited for any of those guys to perform this year. Actually, speaking of, Calvin Austin has been flashing in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. He's an interesting player to look at near the end of drafts, but the guy I'm definitely going to be focusing on in almost all of my best ball drafts now is George Pickens. I've been drafting a decent amount of George Pickens in these best ball drafts, but I need to be more bullish on George Pickens. I need to be drafting way more of him. George Pickens is going to be an absolute monster this year. If you guys haven't seen any of his training camp videos, go check him out. He looks fully healthy. He looks like an absolute beast. When George Pickens is healthy, when he was healthy back in college in his freshman year, people were saying he was going to be the wide receiver 1 out of this class. I still see that wide receiver 1 dog in him. He's the models that I built. He was graded as actually the most bulletproof out of any of the prospects of this year's wide receiver class, just because of the production, the profile. He just looks to be an elite athlete. And if you pair that with the production that he put up in his freshman season at 18 years old, he just looks like an absolute monster. In his training camp videos, he looks like an absolute monster. I expect Mitch Trubisky to lock onto him early and often. George Pickens is an insane value in drafts this year. But back to the draft, we are still 10 picks away. One guy which has received actually a lot of training camp hype is Juju Smith-Schuster. I actually have no Juju Smith-Schuster shares in Best Ball Mania yet, and that's a mistake on my part. I need to be drafting more Juju. Hopefully the market's correct way slower than I anticipate, just because I expect Juju Smith-Schuster to actually finish as a wide receiver 1 this season. There are just so many targets to go around. I did some analysis over the weekend on the Kansas City Chiefs offense, because we know how much value there is to be had in that Kansas City Chiefs offense. From just like a perspective of like a top-down approach, Patrick Mahomes averages about 600 pass attempts each year. And we actually have 225 vacated targets with Tyreek Hill leaving, with Sammy Watkins leaving. There's a few other guys leaving. Obviously, Travis Kelce should still profile in as that wide receiver 1, just because Travis Kelce is the best receiver of the football on that team. But outside of Travis Kelce, it's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju Smith-Schuster and Sky Moore. Hopefully Patrick Mahomes somehow slips to us at our pick, then we'll hit the smash button on Patrick Mahomes, and hopefully we'll be able to get Chris Godwin on the back end. I don't expect that to happen, so not banking on that by any means, but I hope that happens. So we're going to be looking at Mahomes, Juju at our 2 picks, just because there's just so much training camp buzz between the two. Mahomes has been working all offseason. Oh, man, Juju just got taken. So scrap that whole plan. Chris Godwin. Hopefully Jerry Jeudy actually falls to us. If people are going to keep fading Jerry Jeudy, I will take all the Jerry Jeudy in the world. Someone offered a 2023 first straight up for Jerry Jeudy today. Had to turn it down. I think there's too much potential there. He's still only, 23 years old. He's catching passes from Russell Wilson this season. Okay, Jerry Jeudy just got taken too. This is turning into a pretty tough draft room. I don't know what to really expect here. All I'm going to say is this is a tough draft room. Patrick Mahomes just got taken. This is real tough, boys. I think what I'm going to do... Okay, scrap that plan. That plan just got ruined too. This is weird. This is really, really weird. I don't love this pick. I'm taking Rashad Bateman. He's getting a decent amount of buzz. He should be good this year. He's the locked and loaded wide receiver 1 for the Baltimore Ravens. I expect him to perform like a wide receiver 1. He's going to be seeing like 130, 140 targets. And he looked good last year. If you guys listen to my podcast, I actually have him as one of my dynasty sells. And that's simply because sure, there's a ton of vacated targets, but Lamar Jackson, his career high in terms of pass attempts is only 400. It's tough to project a ton of value for Rashad Bateman as the wide receiver 1 for this team if Lamar Jackson's only going to throw the ball 400 times this year. Even if Rashad Bateman sees a 25% target share, that is only this is so tough. Who do I even draft here? I'm in such a weird spot. I don't like this draft room. I don't like what's happening right now. I think we just take another running back and just hope for the best. Damn it. Okay, we'll just take J.K. Dobbins. He's starting off on the pup, but there were videos showing him being extremely explosive. So J.K. Dobbins in the 6th round, I'll take that. I don't love the team, guys. This is shaping up to be a very, very tough draft room out of the 10th spot. I loved my first 2 picks, but ever since then, the draft room hasn't really fallen to us the way that we've wanted it to. We'll go back to some training camp hype because I just drafted 2 Baltimore Ravens players. It's looking like Lamar Jackson is beefed up. This offense should go back to being that powerhouse of an offense that we saw back in 2019. I expect Lamar Jackson to run the ball a ton just because he's put on so much weight. He looks like a running back again. He's going to be able to still have that same explosiveness and dynamism. But I've also heard that Lamar Jackson has taken some massive strides as a passer as well. That's going to open up the passing game for the entire team. It looks like this, hopefully, for my Rashad Bateman share, Lamar Jackson's going to throw the ball more than he did back in 2019. His 2019 was his career pass attempt high, had 401 pass attempts. Hopefully he exceeds that so Rashad Bateman can see that 25% target share and he can see 120, 130 targets. And hopefully Rashad Bateman can get us some of those touchdowns. We'll see. We'll see what that looks like. But with Hollywood Brown out of town, there's a good chance that he does see that. So we'll just see how that plays out. J.K. Dobbins, he's starting the year on the pup. On my podcast, we were doing a chat on J.K. Dobbins. My prediction was J.K. Dobbins was going to be put on the pup by season start. He was going to be taken off, and maybe between weeks 1 and 3, he'd be chomping at the bit to get back on the field. And the coaches would say yeah, like J.K. Dobbins, like, JK, we're going to play it smart. We're going to take it slow. We need you. We need you for our playoff push for our Super Bowl run. So for that reason, we're going to sit you down on the bench and let you be able to get fully up to speed. And J.K. Dobbins could be like, no, like, fuck that. Like, I want to be on the field. Put me out there. What are you guys doing? And that's kind of exactly what's playing out in training camp right now. J.K. Dobbins really, really, really wants to be out there. There's like clips of him working on the side field. He just looks so explosive. He's like catching the ball, turning up field, making a sharp cut and going. He looks like he's fully healthy. Obviously, the Ravens want to take as many precautions as possible with a level of player as J.K. Dobbins. He's going to be so valuable for them down the back half of the season. So we're banking on him to be healthier sooner rather than later. But I think he can really profile in as that elite upside running back that the Ravens are going to need for their Super Bowl run. So we'll see how that plays out. But let's focus a little bit on the draft now. We're up in 7 picks. This is an interesting range of players. I think we're going to want to go for Kadarius Toney. If this is really interesting. Okay, the quarterbacks are going. They're going high. I have so many teams with Devonte Adams and Jaylen Waddle. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I like both those players. They've been getting buzz, so I like both of them from that end. I'm gonna need to look at Derek Carr and Tua for the stacking reason that we love to have. Derek Carr's playing the San Francisco 49ers week 17. Is Brandon Ayuk here? Okay, I'm definitely looking at Brandon Ayuk at my next 2 picks. Brandon Ayuk looks like an elite player in training camp. He is already coaching some of the players the younger players that have come into the offense. I expect Brandon Ayuk to slowly creep up draft boards. Brandon Ayuk is the guy that you want on your team. Brandon Ayuk is going to be a dog this year. There was a reason that Brandon Ayuk was the first drafted wide receiver in that class. Actually, was he the first? He might have been the second. I think he was after CeeDee Lamb. But Brandon Ayuk is an elite player. We see the dynamic athlete that Brandon Ayuk has displayed, elite athleticism that Brandon Ayuk has displayed in the past. Give me all of the Brandon Ayuk that I can get. Okay, TJ Hawkinson. All right, we're a little bit strapped at tight end. It's looking like we might fade the tight end position in this particular best ball build. I typically haven't done that. I like to get an elite tight end early in the draft. We'll see where the room falls to us. But hopefully Nar does not take Brandon Ayuk. He's already taken a few of our guys. He took Kadarius Toney. That was one of our guys. But we're going to take a little bit of a reach on Brandon Ayuk. But we expect Brandon Ayuk to be an absolute dog this year. I want as much Brandon Ayuk that I can get. I actually have him in a few of my dynasty leagues, but I haven't been able to get a lot of him in best ball. I don't know why I've been passing on Brandon Ayuk. I guess it's just like me being wary of the San Francisco 49ers offense this year under Trey Lance, just because I expect Trey Lance to be a great fantasy quarterback just because he has such an elite rushing ability, but I don't know how good he is as a passer. There are reports coming out of training camp. Brandon Ayuk has been that guy that Trey Lance kind of locks onto. Trey Lance has already been taken, so I'm not able to stack him in this particular best ball build, but we want that week 17 bring back correlation, and Brandon Ayuk is the perfect player to grab for that. So I'm going to be looking at Derek Carr in a few rounds later, but what we're looking at right here is Hunter Renfrow, just to stack a little bit more. Ooh, but Treylon Burks is here too. There's a ton of buzz on Treylon Burks. I think if Treylon Burks falls to me, I'm going to snag him right here just because I expect Treylon Burks to slowly continue to creep up draft boards. Give me Treylon Burks here. He's another one of those guys that is being underdrafted. You want to be hitting on all of the market inefficiency that is currently focused on Treylon Burks. If you look at the training camp videos of Treylon Burks in camp, he is bullying the other team's defenders. Absolutely bullying. He looks like an absolute beast out there. Give me all of the Treylon Burks that I can get. Right now, his ADP is 94.3. I took him at 87. 7-pick reach. That's not even a reach by my count. He is going to be an absolute animal. He's going to slowly continue to creep up draft boards. He actually dipped very far down draft boards because of the reports that, he has asthma. Treylon Burks can't stay with the conditioning. Forget all that noise. Treylon Burks is going to be an elite level athlete this year. I was between Treylon Burks and Hunter Renfrow, and I know we want all of that correlation. But Treylon Burks has an upside and a ceiling that Hunter Renfrow doesn't quite have because Hunter Renfrow has Devonte Adams in the room. Treylon Burks is the wide receiver 1 in the Tennessee Titans offense. Maybe the year might not start off that way because Robert Woods is there. I'm actually going to be targeting Robert Woods as well. Robert Woods has come off that ACL tear very, very nicely. He already looks like himself again in training camp. We want to be grabbing Robert Woods, even though people are fading him because of that ACL tear. He's all the way back here, wide receiver 49. Back when he was with the Rams, he was a top 16 wide receiver almost every single season. He offers great stability at the position. That's true, Brad. Renfrow does also have a hopefully healthy Darren Waller. I'm not as high on Darren Waller as others because there's just so many passing options in that offense. But I still do like myself some Darren Waller because he's being drafted in like the 4th round. So, yeah, Darren Waller is going to be great this year as well. There's so many weapons in that Raiders offense that we want to be getting as much share of it as we can. At our next pick, we're going to be looking at Derek Carr for that correlation. If Dak continues to slide to us, maybe we'll even sneak in a little bit of Dak and try to get, Dak could stay right there. Let's cross our fingers and really, really hope that Derek Carr doesn't get taken anytime soon because we really need ourselves. Okay, Robert Woods just went. Okay, the next 4 guys all have quarterbacks, so I'm really hoping that Derek Carr continues to slip to us. He's like the anchor for our team that we need in order for all of this correlation to work. I think that I will get him, but you can never be too certain, so cross our fingers for Derek Carr. Zach Ertz, come on. Give me Derek Carr. And then all that correlation is going to be perfectly there for us. Come on. Give me the Derek Carr. Nar, I know you won't do it. You won't do it to me, Nar. Yeah, there actually hasn't been any training camp videos that I've seen from the Raiders camp, but I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it hasn't started. I'm not too familiar with exactly when training camp start, but I've just been seeing training camp videos continue to flow through. Okay, we are. Okay, we're on a loading screen. Hopefully this loads quickly because I wanted to get this draft back up and running for you guys. I'm drafting on my phone because like it's just so laggy on my end. Again, sincerely apologize for that, guys. I'm going to get my shit right for all of you guys so that we have this clean viewing experience. But today, it's struggling a little bit. It's struggling a lot of bit. So we're going to hope that this gets back up and running pretty soon. But let's continue to see who we can be drafting. We have 5 receivers, 3 running backs, and a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers got taken. I think if Dawson Knox slipped to us, I will take Dawson Knox. He has so much touchdown upside that I like to be grabbing those Buffalo players. There were so many games last year where Dawson Knox just saw like 2 touchdowns, just like, what the hell? So out of all the players here, I like Dawson Knox the most. If Dawson Knox gets taken, I'll be looking at like a Cordero Patterson. Oh my God, we completely got signed out. All right, we got ourselves some Dawson Knox, guys. I'm sorry that it's so choppy for you guys. It's super choppy on my end too. So let's hope this gets up and running as soon as possible. I'll kind of list off my team for you guys again. I got Derek Carr, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, Devante Adams, Jaylen Waddle, Rashad Bateman, Brandon Ayuk, Treylon Burks, and Dawson Knox. It's already looking kind of like a beast of a team. There was some hesitancy with how my build was going halfway through the draft, but it looks like we're back on track now. That's what I was saying. These back half of the draft rounds is kind of like where all of the money is made because the first 6 to 7 rounds are going to go pretty standard. It's going to go exactly how you expect it to. I've been saying this all along. The first like 6, 7 rounds, it's very, very chalky in Underdog. you're rarely going to see like major reaches or major falls unless you just have one wild dude in your draft. I've actually seen that a few times, but we want to be taking advantage of the market inefficiency and not relying on one guy, just one idiot being in our draft room that's not able to draft a a good team. And he just completely reaches on players. Perlman was actually in one of those drafts the other day. He said like in a non-super flex, in one of these best ball mania drafts, like Joe Burrow got taken 106 and then Tom Brady got taken like 306. Like, what is that? I wish I was in that draft. But without further ado, we will hope that this continues to get up and running. This is really, really annoying. Again, I sincerely apologize to you guys. I'll continue to just kind of shoot the shit with the training camp videos that I've seen. One of the big things that I've seen is we know that there's going to be a ton of value in the Packers wide receiver room and the Chiefs wide receiver room. So what I did was I did a bunch of analysis, some top-down analysis, starting with the quarterback, with the amount of passing attempts that are up for grabs. So let's start with the Chiefs. I kind of hit on them a little bit with Juju. But the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes throws on average 600 pass attempts a year in his career. Andy Reid is still there. Patrick Mahomes is still at the top of his game. We don't expect too much of that to change. Come on, please sign me in, bro. What is up with this app? But okay, Patrick Mahomes throws the ball about 600 pass attempts a year. We're expecting Travis Kelce last season saw about 130 targets. We're only expecting that number to go up because Tyreek Hill has left town. So I have Travis Kelce taking away about 160 pass attempts from Patrick Mahomes, 160 targets. He's going to be the wide receiver one in that offense. Travis Kelce is a cheat code in the tight end position. So I didn't take Travis Kelce here just because Devonte Adams was available. And I like Devonte Adams' upside in the Raiders offense. But Travis Kelce is also a very viable pick there. After Travis Kelce, I have Juju locked in for about 120, 130 targets. Juju, in his last healthy season in 2020, he saw 128 targets from Ben Roethlisberger. That's actually a 20% target per route run. That's the statistic that I was using in order to kind of segment who was going to be seeing targets and who wasn't. Juju profiles in as the Chiefs wide receiver one. He's such a talented player. I'm going to be focusing on the draft again for a quick second. We're up in 4 picks. We're not able to show you guys just because Underdog doesn't want to load for us with how I don't even know what's happening with the website right now. I don't know why I have to sign in every single time that I try this. Let's just go back. Oh, my God. Okay, but I'll kind of just talk through what's happening on my end. We're up in 2 picks. The top picks are Ronald Jones, Isaiah Spiller, Alexander Madison, Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup, Pat Freiermuth. Jalen Tolbert just got taken. All right, James slipped a little bit in the draft. Okay. I think because I don't have any of this player and I do want a little bit on my teams, I'm going to reach a little bit on Nyheim Hines. Yeah, I'm going to take Nyheim Hines. One thing that Frank Reich did say was if you want to win your fantasy leagues this year, draft Nyheim Hines. Reports out of training camp is that Nyheim Hines is lining up all over the field. We know that Nyheim Hines is just an elite level athlete, and he plays special teams. He plays offense. He's a great dynamic athlete. He doesn't see too many carries just because he's a smaller guy, but there are reports that he's being split out wide. He's going to see a bunch of targets. I like Nyheim Hines to kind of take a step forward in this offense. Nyheim Hines, I reached on him a little bit. His average draft position is 138, and I took him at pick 130. That's okay. I like Nyheim Hines. I'll continue to take him there. At our next pick, let's see who we have. So Rojo is the top guy. I don't want any of Rojo. I mean, I know that the Kansas City backfield's a little bit wide open. I kind of expect Clyde Edwards-Helaire to take the running back 1 snaps, and Rojo is not going to be seeing he's not even seeing any of the 1 snaps in the offense right now. So I don't want any Rojo right now. Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup. All right, I'm going to continue to make my bet. I just drafted Devonte Parker. Devonte Parker, I think, is a great best ball wide receiver. Just because Devonte Parker is kind of a dog. If you look at his tape, I know Perlman doesn't like Devonte Parker, but Devonte Parker is a dog whenever he's healthy, and he's not healthy much. That's why I like him more in best ball than in other formats, because you take the best player available on your team. Devonte Parker won't see. He may miss some games. I'm actually banking on him to miss some games, just because that's the type of career that he's had throughout his career. That's the type of player that he's been. He doesn't do a great job staying healthy. But the Patriots paid him $10 million. They paid him $10 million for a reason. He's on a 1-year deal. New England really wanted him. Devonte Parker wanted to go there because they wanted him so bad. Mac Jones is going all throughout training camp. Mac Jones has been targeting Devonte Parker in the red zone. Devonte Parker is able to win in the red zone. He's such a big body. He bullies other defensive backs. Expect Devonte Parker to see at least an 8-9 touchdown season. He's been a wide receiver one in the past. So whenever we're betting on a player, it's typically a good bet to bet on players who have had that level of production in the past. So for that reason, I am drafting Devonte Parker in best ball. I have a decent amount of him. Devonte Parker has gotten a little bit of hate in recent years. Oh, I forgot about Julio. Julio just went at 12-8. I was talking about him at the beginning of this draft. And like I said, ADP takes time to move. So Julio was still, let me actually check what Julio's ADP is still down at 147. It's crazy because I was drafting him when his ADP was at 166. He's already risen 20 spots. He will continue to rise. Actually, in my first draft that I did after the Julio Jones news, he got taken in the 10th round. That's a 6th-round jump. That is enormous. But this is really, really pissing me off. All right, let me just close this window, see if I can just get it up and running again. Oh, my God. That's even slower than before. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's see if this works. Oh my God. This is going to make me have an aneurysm. Brother, please. Brother, please. Whew. Oh my God. I am not a happy camper right now. I actually am pretty happy with my team. I'm just not happy with how my computer's reacting to me. I definitely 100% need to get a new computer. I was actually considering getting a new Mac before my road trip. Right now I'm all the way in Austin, but this is really, really frustrating. And I was considering picking up a new computer for this road trip. It was $1,300 from Costco, a new Mac. And before I was like, my computer works. I don't need one. It's more of a nice to have. But now after this experience today, it's been continuously getting worse over the past few times. So I think that I have made the executive decision. I need a new Mac. I'm going to get one as soon as I get home. So I can make this experience better for you guys. And it's a better experience for myself as well. So we will continue to talk through this draft. Hopefully Underdog loads so you guys can see the draft room as well. I know it's not as exciting just seeing my slightly red face from drinking some Coronas. So I get some Asian glow, guys. That's just, I ain't embarrassed by it. That's just how it is. Where are you going? Whoa, looks so pretty. Oh. Okay, we're up in 3 picks. If Trevor Lawrence slipped to us, we will take Trevor Lawrence. And then we'll pair him with a LaVisca down in the later part of the draft. What is going on? Brindy, this is so... I need a new Mac, Brindy. I know you do. He's mine. Sorry, I don't like the MacBook Airs. Okay. I'm banking on Trevor to make the jump this year. He's my QB2. I don't need any more quarterbacks now. So I got my 2 guys. We'll be trying to pair Trevor with LaVisca and Marvin Jones. Seeing as Marvin Jones has seen 100 targets in the last 2 years, and he still gets drafted in the 16th round. I have so much Marvin Jones. Laviska as well. Saw 100 targets last year. It doesn't even get drafted in most of these drafts. More training camp hype. Laviska looks good. Laviska has maybe made some major strides in his development. This draft has me banging my head against the table. But screw it. We'll just continue to talk some of this stuff with you guys. So right now, we're up next. Some more training camp buzz. I've seen a decent amount of training camp buzz about the Colts. That's why I'm taking as many Colts as possible. I'm hoping, actually, Marvin Jones is right here. I think on my next pick, I'm going to take Marvin Jones. I actually haven't seen too much buzz about him. But, probably the biggest news from Jacksonville camp has been that – how many targets did Van Jefferson see? Ooh, Van Jefferson started 89 targets last year. Oh, Robbie saw 110. Oh, those are all good picks there. All right, I'm going to go a little bit against the grain. I've been taking a bunch of Marvin Jones, but I'm going to actually pass on Marvin Jones, even though I have the Trevor Lawrence connection right now. So I can take Van Jefferson. He slipped a little bit. He slipped a little bit past ADP. And Van Jefferson is actually a decent bet this year just because the Rams are going to throw the ball a ton. And Van Jefferson last year saw 90 targets. He runs the deep routes. He's a good bet to make in these drafts. I think instead of grabbing Marvin Jones here in this round, I'm going to look at Laviska Shenault in the very last round, just because there's training camp buzz. I love Laviska Shenault. I've been in on Laviska Shenault for a very long time. He saw 100 targets last year, didn't perform up to par just because that entire Jacksonville team was just an absolute shit show. I was going to talk about the number one news out of Jacksonville training camp. James Robinson. What a story. Like, James Robinson really came back from a torn Achilles that quickly. Everyone expected him to miss like the first half of the year. And he is already – he didn't even start training camp on the pup. He's already out there, and he looks decent. I like me some James Robinson this year. I ended up passing on him just because I already have ETN, so it's not too smart to kind of hedge my own bet there. We're going for max upside. So while James Robinson probably was a value right here, I'm going to look for a different running back somewhere in these rounds, maybe like a Darrell Williams or a Marlon Mack. Shoot. Okay, we're up in 12 picks. This is a hairy area, but this is also where the most value in the drafts can be found. There are a few guys. Let's see if there's a few guys here. Okay, Paris Campbell is one that I want to talk about. Paris Campbell has been playing all training camp with the ones. He's going to be a starter for this team. I've already grabbed a ton of Paris Campbell in these best ball drafts. I expect him to only continue to rise in best ball drafts. Like, Paris Campbell is an elite athlete. It's like I want all of the Paris Campbell that I can get. The same can be said about Curtis Samuel, as well as one Wandel Robinson. There is so much buzz. People are saying Wandel Robinson is the star of the Giants training camp, and Saquon Barkley is on that team. So the fact that beat reporters are saying that Wandel Robinson has been the most impressive player in camp speaks volumes to me. I have been in on Wandel Robinson for a long time. He first caught my eye back when he was in college at Kentucky. For some reason, I was like, why is Kentucky 7-0, 8-0? Kentucky historically has been a terrible football program, and they are now one of the better SEC teams. What is going on? And I just checked the stats, and Wandel Robinson every single game is putting up like 10 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, Wandel was an absolute beast at Kentucky. Wandel is already looking like he's an absolute beast for the Giants. I expect Wandel to absolutely smash at ADP this year. Oh, he just got taken. So markets are moving a little bit faster than I thought they would. 3 guys that I wanted: Paris Campbell, Wandel Robinson, Marvin Jones, all went back to back in the 15th round. So jump on these drafts as fast as you can. And one way that you can do that is sign up today with our deposit code Undroppables. If you sign up with the code Undroppables at Underdog Fantasy, you're able to get a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get a free $100 in Underdog credit. That sounds pretty nice. So if I were you, I would go and sign up today using sign up code Undroppables and jump into some of these best ball drafts so that you can be drafting Wandel Robinson and Paris Campbell all the way back here in the 15th round. Do it now before the buzz continues to get out of control. These guys will only continue to rise in ADP. If you don't believe me, you can follow me at Joshua J. Hyun on Twitter and see what I've been saying all offseason about Julio Jones, what I've been saying on all of these streams regarding Julio Jones. Get in these drafts today because the prices will never be juicier. This is when we take full advantage of the inefficiencies in the market. So, okay. If Evan Engram falls to us, we'll take him just because to get that correlation with Trevor Lawrence. Okay, Evan Engram just got taken. I will look to grab Austin Hooper just because I'm a big fan of Austin Hooper this year. I think that he's going to be a pretty valuable asset for the Titans. Hayden Hurst is also here, but I think I like Austin Hooper a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say. I drafted Darrell Williams with my last pick. I really like Darrell Williams. Okay. We got this back up and running. Let's see if we can hop in our draft room. Come on, quick. Come on. All right, we got Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper is stacked with our Treylon Burks share right there on ongoing drafts. Will appear. Okay, we are in here like swimwear. Come on. This has been just such a terrible draft experience from my end just because of how shitty my computer is acting right now. I hope it hasn't been too bad for you guys. I really appreciate all of you guys sticking with me through this horrendous process, but I promise to you guys it's only going to get better. So hopefully you guys stick with me for my next show. Actually, some hot news for you guys. The Puppy 3 drops in 2 days. So on Monday, it's going to drop for the first time. That is going to be either a $3 or a $5 best ball tournament here on Underdog Fantasy. Highly suggest you jump into those if you don't want to pay the $25 for these best ball mania drafts. I know it's a little bit expensive for if you want to do a bunch of these drafts because I've already put like $1,000 into these best ball drafts just because best ball manias can be pretty pricey. But the puppy is the perfect spot for you guys just trying to get your feet wet. I played in a bunch of puppy drafts last year. They're a ton of fun. You learn a lot. You learn a lot how the markets work, how where the value can be found. And this is great preparation for your redraft leagues with your friends that happen in August and September. Highly suggest all of you guys to jump into these Underdog fantasy drafts. They're a ton of fun. My favorite part about fantasy football, apart from actually watching the games and seeing my players do well, is the drafting part, just because there's nothing quite like drafting a fantasy team. You just get that energy, that buzz. It's a ton of fun. So, okay, we are finally back in our draft. And this is I don't really have to say much. We'll just go straight into the draft. So we have 5 running backs. I don't think we need another. Oh yeah, Darrell Williams was the player that I took. I took Darrell Williams and Austin Hooper with my 2 picks. I'll talk about Darrell Williams first. There hasn't been any Cardinals training camp buzz apart from Rondell kind of flashing here and there. James Conner's actually seen a decent amount of work, but my bet this season is James Conner. He's going to miss some games. I expect James Conner to miss some games. Actually, if I could go back and do it again, I would take Kenyon Drake just because the reports of Kenyon Drake is he's going to get a significant role this year. So I should have taken Kenyon Drake. That's okay. I took Darrell Williams because I'm betting on James Conner to get hurt. I do not want that to happen. I never wish harm onto anyone, but just based off the probability of how how fragile a running back is. James Conner is actually one of the most fragile running backs in the league, and the fact that he played most games last year kind of goes to indicate that he might miss some games this year, just based off the way that probabilities work. So that's why I'm drafting a lot of Darrell Williams. If James Conner were to go down, Darrell Williams would immediately slot in as a running back one. We saw what happens whenever he gets a significant amount of work over in Kansas City. I expect the Cardinals to be in a lot of shootouts because their defense actually sucks. So I like them to score a lot of touchdowns this year. I like them to be a fast-paced offense. They have been a super fast-paced offense in Cliff Kingsbury in the past. So we're taking as many Cardinals players as we can. One of the biggest stacks, which I've been focusing on, is that Week 17 stack with the Cardinals and the Falcons. They're going to be playing in a dome. So we want as much of that game as possible. So that being said, let's see what our build looks. We're up in 5 picks. We don't need any more running backs, so we'll just focus on tight end and wide receiver, maybe quarterback too, if there's a good quarterback here. Carson Wentz is here. I don't want any Carson Wentz. Maybe we're going to take some Mariota. Yeah, for that reason, we might focus on some Mariota and like some Bryan Edwards or something. Actually, but we're taking Laviska with our last pick, so let's focus on that. Who put the Texans? Oh, okay. Maybe we can look at a Davis Mills or something. All right, actually, what I'm going to do let's see. Yeah, we will. Let's see. Jalen Guyton. Don't draft any Jalen Guyton this year. He's not good. And Josh Palmer already took his role. Okay, let's see. Davis Mills got taken. I'm going to take Mariota just because I've heard that he looked pretty decent in camp. Yeah, I'm gonna take Mariota, and then with my last pick, I'm gonna take Laviska. Those are my 2 picks. Just because I really like Laviska, and Mariota has some correlation with Darrell Williams. I guess that wasn't the greatest pick. Whatever. I don't know why I took Mariota, but there's a chance that Mariota performs pretty well. Camp reports saying that he's actually looking pretty sharp out there. He has Drake London. He has Kyle Pitts. I can't see how that goes wrong. I may take AJ Green over Laviska just because AJ Green, we know that he can produce and he will produce while DeAndre Hopkins is out. So especially if Hollywood Brown starts off not being healthy for week 1 either, there's only AJ Green and Rondale Moore to throw the ball to. So this is weird. No, I'm gonna bet on my guy. I'm gonna grab Laviska. That's my guy. But oh shoot, why is it not working? Okay. All right, we grab Laviska. That's our last pick. Guys, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this super laggy broadcast. But I really appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me through this. Again, I'm your host, Josh Lee, signing off today. This has been a ton of fun. Hope you guys learned some. I will continue to be back here, giving you guys all the insights that I can through these best ball drafts. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this draft. Go ahead and support the Undroppables at the Undroppables on Twitter. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.